Hello guys, Rajesh Singh this side, and today I will explain Windows Failover Cluster configuration installations on Windows Server 2016. So this is a part of second videos. You can say in first video what I did. First video I built 3 virtual machine, and second in the first video I built a 3 virtual machine and configure a domain controller in the first part of video. Now in this like a second video, what is a plan here? I'll be installing a window failover cluster WFC on the servers node 1 and node 02 basically, and then we'll configure AlwaysOn availability groups on the SQL server, and then I will create a database and add database in our availability groups, and we'll test failover and failback. So part 3 is like a pending. So let's start to configure failover cluster. So you can see this is it's a domain controller. So let me connect. I have a 5 server. So before watching this video, you have to watch first part, then you will be understanding. Good. So in first video I created first I configured domain administrator and added 2 server node 01 and node 04 and 5 and 6, you can say. So basically sorry. So in this video, what is the target here? Let me show you. You can see in first video I created a 3 machine, this 01, node 01, node 02, 3 server I created. And then I promoted this DC01 as a domain controller and added this server like a 2 node 01 and node 02 in this domain, like a demo.com. So basically I did. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to connect both node and we'll install failover cluster manager. So it's a node, you can say it's a node 01. So let me connect with the domain. Basically I configured it's a demo.com and username admin, password, let me try those. So basically I'm connecting a node 01 demo.com. So let's connect. Okay, so for this activity, what I have to do, I want to install failover cluster. So you simply have to click a start button and then server manager and add role and features. Click here, next. So basically it's a node 01. So next, please click next, then straightforward you have to go with the next, and you have to select here it's a failover cluster, add feature, next, and if required restart, they will start automatically. Just check and start installation. So same activity I have to execute for node 06. demo.com/admin. So basically I'm connecting with the domain account. It's a admin. It's no2. So you can see node 01 installation in progress. So let me go for node 0, node 05, 6. Let me node 05. Now node 0. Click on add role and same activity you have to replicate here for node 02. Next, and here you have to select failover clustering, add, next, install. Meanwhile, so let me pause video, and after completion of failover cluster installation, once again it's restart. So let's start. We can say failover cluster installation has been done. You can see it's a feature installation. It's done 100%. So let me close for node 01. Let me check for node 02. It's a 6 IP address. So you can see node 02 is also completed. Let me close this one. So basically it's done. So let me start. So let me connect 06 first, 05, and then you have to find clue. Okay, cluster installed. Clue elements. It's a cluster, failover cluster. You have to click here. I want to, what is the next target? I want to validate the configurations. So basically, I want to add 2 node. Right. So basically, I have a 2 node. These 2 node I have to add in a cluster. So basically, we are validating first, and if everything is done, then we can proceed to create a cluster. So it's a passing environment variable, everything is passing one by one. You can see now it's in progress. ISKG, everything, service pack, label, everything is going to pass. Network communication they are checking. So I think I made domain controller. Let me check first. Yeah, it's done. So no problem here. Let me check for other servers. It's 5. I checked. Let me check. So 6. Same thing. I want to check. While configuring a domain controller, I added a domain server IP. So I already added. Everything is fine for me. So let me check what is the status here. Okay, so it's just completed, selected. Okay, thanks. It's done. It means we are good here. Let me create. So let me browse only one node first. Node 1. Okay. And next proceed. Next. all test. Next. So in between, let me connect our server. So basically I have to configure quorum disk. So let me create one shared folder here. So I'm creating a new folder. It's a file share I want to configure. Run. So let me check what is the status still now for this one. So I think it's completed. Provide my cluster 01. Basically it's a cluster name I'm putting here. Next. So basically now for my cluster with the name of my cluster 01. Successfully completed. Yes. So what is the target here? I want to I have to simply configure a quorum. So what I have to do, so quorum witness, for witness I want to create a quorum here, and it's a file share. Next, and file share path I have to go. So let me go. Basically I want to create a file server DC domain controller. Okay, create a new share folder here. So it's a quorum. Okay, and share name is a quorum. Let me create one folder. It's all no, it's redundant for permission. So in D drive, I want to create a folder. I think it's let me go to the D drive. E drive. Create a folder. Quorum. Okay. So basically I created. You can check in our C drive. Okay, I think this folder is not required. I created this folder. Okay. Next, DC domain controller. I'm creating a quorum file share witness. Next, finish. Refresh. So till now I added only one node. So let me add another node. Add node, because I created two nodes, node 01 and node 02. So let me find and I have a node 2. Okay. Next. So please wait. Cluster is configured. So file share quorum witness I already completed. Now I'm adding a second server is successfully. So now you can see my cluster name is mycluster.demo.com, because demo.com is a domain name, and two nodes participating in this cluster. So you can see, let me open this one. So this part, window failover configuration has been done. Next, let me proceed part 4. So now we have to proceed. For always on availability group configuration. So for this, we have to, let me create one user. in a MySQL site. So let me minimize this one. Okay, and open here domain controller. Okay, so I want to create one account, and those account I want to map with the SQL services as the login services. So let me create one account. SQL admin one account I'm creating. It's a you can say domain account. SQL admin, and this account I will use for the both service login. Next. Okay, let's proceed. In same, let me add some permissions. I'm adding part of, I'm creating a member of administrator. Okay, administrator and domain administrator. Okay, apply. And next, let me connect 5. Let me close this one. And I want to change SQL Server configuration set. SQL configuration. Open. And then login, service login I want to change. Right click, click this, and browse location. I want to go to demo.com. I created one account, SQL admins. Find, you can see, or directly you can type SQL admin you got. Okay, let me password, let me close, apply. Okay, restart is required. Press OK and restart. Okay, repeat same activity on the 06. I think it's done. So let me change for agent also. Okay, SQL add apply. Okay, restart if you want. And I think I already restarted. Let me once again try. Let me minimize this. Now I want to connect this one 06. SQL configuration once again you have to open. And repeat the same steps. So basically I created a domain account, so same account I have to configure our services. SQL demo. Let me copy. Next time no need to search, directly we can paste. Done. Let me restart. Close. Same thing I want to do for start your request. Pass your password and click OK. Okay, and then restart. So basically my SQL service and agent service configured with the domain account and restarted services. Next, HDRA endpoint I have to allow. So let me first allow from the portal, Azure portal. So let me open up 01 node 10 server, networking, click here. Okay, but when I click, okay, so I have to add port is 5022. It's a HDRA port. Okay, name, let me provide, what is the name? Okay, name easy. Okay, availability groups, and same thing I have to do for this one. I do 5022. HDRA endpoint is there. No, it's not there. Let's leave it. And port is this one. Let me pause. What is that? Add in bound rule. This one, easy, paste, average. Same thing I have to add for both node in a firewall site. So let me close. No, firewall. In inbound role I have to add new port. Next 5022. Okay, 2 access HDRA endpoint. It's easy. This one. Same. I have to repeat for 6. No, 2. Firewall settings. Okay. New port. Next. This one. And name easy. It's done. So these changes I have done for the communication of AlwaysOn endpoint, HDRA endpoint. Let me close. Exit. Now let me connect a SQL server on this server. Node 0. So basically, what is the expectation? Node 1 will act as a primary, node 2 act as a secondary. So let me connect SSMS. Meanwhile, let me open a SSMS here also. So basically till now domain account is not created. So let me create one domain account so that I can directly access from there. So it's node 01. Let me connect with the authentication. Now it's a domain. SQL authentication. Admin 01 password. Initially when I did the server, I created a SQL authentication. So let me create one domain accounts. Window authentication. New. Browse here. Admin. Okay, it's a domain accounts. Add system admin privilege. So now no need to connect with the SQL authentication. So directly you can go and connect with this. That will work. Okay. Same thing I have to do for 2000. It's a node 06. Let me connect. That will not work. So I'm going with a SQL authentication. Admin 01 5. I'm trying this one. And it's why it's not working. Admin 01 India and 3.2345. Why it's not working? Let me. Okay. 6 is not working. Okay. One second. Let me go. So let's start. I want to connect 06. Let me connect 06 with admin. So okay. Let me open a SQL Server Management Studio. Let me close this one. Okay. So what is target? I want to create a domain account as a sysadmin role. So node 01 it's done. Now I'm doing on the node 2. So remember I'm connect. Yeah, I'm able to connect. So let me create a domain account here. New search. Okay, it's domain. Admin I want to search here. Admin that's a domain. Okay. And server role I want to create a admin. So it's done. So what is the next steps? So let me log SSMS. It's not required for node 2. Let me immerse and connect 0. So let me disconnect all the node. I'm connecting the domain with her domain accounts node 01 and same thing for node 2 also. Let me type node 2 and connect this one. So basically I'm able to connect both server from the node 01. We can say 10.0.0.5 servers. So this is our 10.0.5. It's a node 01. Now next step I want to AlwaysOn is not enabled. So for this activity, let me open configuration manager. Sorry, I forget this point. And click here, properties of SQL service, and here you have to enable AlwaysOn configuration. Click OK and click OK. And now you have to restart your services. Same activity I have to do for it's 06 also. Now we can go with our domain accounts. It's admin. Okay, and once again configure configuration manager. Okay, configuration manager. What is happening? SQL server. You can see its configuration manager is there. Simply open and right click on the SQL services, availability groups, enable cluster apply, and okay. And once again you have to restart SQL services. So basically these changes I missed. It's starting. Okay, it's done. Let me minimize. If required, then we can connect. So here is also done. Let me close this one. Okay. So let's start like let me connect node 1. It's node 2. Connect node 1. And same thing, you have to connect node 2. Okay. Now you have to click AlwaysOn. Right click new availability groups. Next. Okay. Let me create one database because I didn't create anything. New databases. Just demo database I want to create. Let me check the recovery model of these databases. So I think it means this database is qualifying for AlwaysOn. New table, let me create one new table. empn integer name varchar primary key I want to set. Let me close. Yes, it's a trivial info only. Okay, it's done. Let me insert some record here. It's maybe 103. Okay, let me close. Let me select. Okay, we have 3 records. Initial backup is required, so let's take one backup, remove and take backup where we want in backup folder demo.back. Okay, let's take a backup. Okay, it's done. Now let me proceed to create an availability group. It starts my is 001. So this is availability group name. Next, this databases. Next, I want to add a replica. So node 2, node 1 is already added. Okay, and I want to go to sync. Okay. Okay. And secondary, yes, it's a readable. Next, full backup. Let me create one folder here. Node 1. So let me create one folder, backup folder on node 1. So let me check it's a node 1. I think so. So I'm creating a shared folder so that directly they take backup and restore it. I'm creating one backup folder. Okay. Sharing. Okay, adding 5 people. reading, check, reading, okay, on the permissions, save, copy. So basically it's a backup only I have to pass instead of this. Backup. Next, everything is done. Listener, because I didn't create it, start. Endpoint configuration done. Create login is also done. AlwaysOn done. Availability group creation is progress. My AG. Oh, sorry, I missed one point. I have to execute some commands. Okay, alter availability group. Sorry. So basically, this command is required to execute in master database. Use master and go execute this statement if failure. Because alter permission is not there. Maybe that will take some time. So let's wait for a few seconds. Maybe you will 100% receive one error message. You will not able to enter availability groups. So for this, I have to execute one commands. So let's wait for the warning or error message, and then we can connect here. So let me use our databases. It's demo. I'm going here and just in here. Okay, now it's here. So if failure reported, then we can proceed. Okay, it's failed, creating a fail. Okay, let me close and execute this statement. Okay, execute this one in a both node. Okay, and now once again we have to start some activities. Restart. Okay, my AG001. Next, demo database. I want to proceed. I want to add an application node 2, and it's a synchronize I want to go with, and then node. This should be readable. Next, backup. I already mentioned this one. Next, and now we have to click start. And you can see it's everything is fine. Successfully we are completing here. So let me refresh here. So now you can see demo DB, it's a synchronize, and here we have to see what is happening. It's synchronize. So let me check number of record here. That's 3, and we can also check it's a node 2. Let me close node, both node here. So it's a node 2. I already collected information. Let me select here for node 1. So let me insert some record in node 1, and you can change check test sync 06 S2. Now you can check it's a here is 5 record here. You can also check here, so it's 2 record synchronized here. Okay, so AlwaysOn syncing is working fine. So let me fill back. So now this server acting as a primary, and this server, node 2 acting as a secondary. So let me fail back. So failover on secondary. Connect node 2. Okay, and try this. So it's manual failover we are doing. Let's check what is happening. Now you can say node 02 acting as a primary, and if you can insert a data here, okay, 007 my failover test, and you can check here on the left side failover test, and here also you can check. Okay, let me connect here. Not accessible. Let me refresh, or let me disconnect and connect node 1. Okay, not accessible. Basically I said node 2 as a read. So let me change the status here. It's acting as a primary, I think so. So let me change properties, and both it's not readable node 1. So let me change this one. Yes. Okay. And now you can try to read node 1. It's node 2 is a primary, so it's not a problem. Now I want to read from the node 1, and you can see failover data is already replicated. You can see now. If you want to create any table or anything, new table, just ID, okay, this test ID, integer, test new data, primary can putting, just coding, yes, TBI, yes. Okay, let me insert some records in this table. 01, yes, case. Let me close. Now you can check how many records here. 1. Same you can test here also. Let me refresh. It's table already replicated and you got 1 records inserted. Okay, let me open a failover cluster. You can see here one edge is already created here, and here it's another node is node 2. Let me failover, move possible nodes. Okay. What is the status? Automatic feedback or failover? It's not. What is automatic? Oh, it's manual. So let me go manually and fail back on original node. It's on 01. 01. Correct. Do this one. Okay, it's done, and now you can see disconnect. Once again you want to connect 1 and connect node 2, and you can see now node 1 is primary and node 2 acting as a second. Okay, so I think I have done. So basically in a two video what I did, I covered premium creation. One, you can say it's a part. I created a 3 virtual machine. Okay, next same video I configured domain controller and installed and added a 2 node in those domain. In second video I installed failover cluster in this video and created a failover cluster WFC. Second, in this video I created a library groups, database, failback, failover, everything I tested. So I have done. Thanks for watching.